Uh, Hello, 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 and we are back. MUSC Red Devils NCR is back with another video, and we are back with a bang with a big news that Antony Santos from Ajax is done, is a done deal. Fabrizio का here we go अब भी आ गया है और मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड ने ये काफी दलीलों के बाद काफी कश्मकश के बाद ये साइनिंग पूरी कर ली है. Congratulations to everyone involved and our fans as well. फैंस की बात करें तो हमारे कम्युनिटी के सबसे होनहार फैन निखिल डुडेजा is also joining me to discuss this transfer. And over to you, Nikhil. What do you think about the transfer, and how do you think this will impact the playing 11? And what else you think we'll be adding to the team?
आई थिंक सबसे पहले जो एंटनी की साइनिंग हुई है, आई थिंक इट्स अ गुड टेक्टिकल फिट, क्योंकि आई थिंक एरिक टेन हाग ने आई थिंक एक स्ट्रॉन्ग प्रेडिसेंट सेट किया था कि मुझे वही प्लेयर चाहिए जो या तो मेरे संग पहले संग खेल चुके हैं या मेरे लिए एक टेक्टिकल फिट है, मेरे लिए उनकी नॉलेज और नो हाउ है, और यूनाइटेड ने वर्क भी उसी पे किया था. आई थिंक वी लेफ्ट इट टू लेट, और लोग कहेंगे इट्स मे बी लिटिल एक्सपेंसिव और बहुत ज़्यादा है, बट लेकिन आई थिंक जिस समर में हम देख रहे हैं कि एंटनी गॉर्डन, जिसने एक सीजन मुश्किल से 4 गोल मारे हैं, उसकी प्राइस 65-70 मिलियन कोट हो सकती है. तो आई थिंक उस समर में एंटनी अराउंड 85 मिलियन पाउंड्स या 100 मिलियन यूरोस इस, मतलब इस लिटिल ओवर प्राइस, बट आई थिंक हाँ, लेकिन अगर लॉन्ग टर्म में वो आपकी टीम में फिट बैठता है और प्रोफाइल सही है और
Yeah.
रोल्स के लिए परफेक्ट है, तो आई थिंक ये मार्केट तो अब क्रेजी प्लेस है ही, तो ये स्पेंडिंग आई थिंक एट द एंड ऑफ द डे जस्टिफाइड है. और न्यू साइनिंग्स की जहाँ तक बात है, आई थिंक अब तो विंडो में सिर्फ 2 या 3 ही दिन रहते हैं, तो आई
Yeah.
डोंट थिंक अब कोई और
गोलकीपर
मेजर साइनिंग
गोलकीपर
होगी.
के बारे में क्या लग रहा है आपको? गोलकीपर आएगा?
आई थिंक दुब्रॉफ का डील हो जानी चाहिए, क्योंकि आई डोंट सी न्यूकासल शायद इंसिस्ट कर रही है कि उसको आप परमानेंट लो, हम लोन पे नहीं देंगे. वो
हम्म.
वैसे कुछ आई थिंक इश्यूज आ रहे हैं, पर आई थिंक एंड ऑफ द डे न्यूकासल भी मान जाएंगे, क्योंकि इट गेट्स वेज ऑफ योर बिल. तो वो एक बात तो रहती है. तो अदर देन दैट बैकअप गोलकीपर के आई डोंट थिंक और कुछ आएगा. तो विंडो इज एज गुड एज डन फॉर अस नाउ, आई थिंक.
Yeah, same. मेरी भी same feeling है. Apart from all the nitty gritties that we have discussed, मतलब ट्विटर पे चलता रहता है, सोशल मीडिया पे तो चलता ही रहता है कि 85 मिलियन, 90 मिलियन, 100 मिलियन. And then we have rivals as well who start comparing कि ग्रिलिश 100 मिलियन का हो सकता है. तो फिर ये एंटनी के साथ ऐसा क्यों, मतलब what is the whole, अगर तराजू में रख के देखा जाए तो Grealish now seems like a good buy for City, but and just because of Antony. And same with Chelsea. Chelsea also did a big deal as well. uh, what I feel personally is that we should get a goalkeeper. We definitely need a goalkeeper who challenges De Gea. Me being a little bit of a fan from De Gea's side, I always felt he needed some sort of push, some sort of competition that makes him realize that his starting seat is not, anymore secure, and he needs that kind of push. I believe that he could add to his game even today. I think learning is something which doesn't stop. But again, it's up to him how he manages. Uh, Coming to the next phase, next talk is that how do you see us lining up against against Leicester?
आई थिंक द काइंड ऑफ ट्रांसफर विंडो वी हैड, आई मीन मेजोरिटी हम देखें एरिक टेनाक को, जो साइनिंग्स जिसने डिमांड की थी, आई मीन लेट्स स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द बैक. आई थिंक उसने सेंटर बैक डिमांड किया था. आवर फर्स्ट चॉइस वाज टिम्बर. वी डिड नॉट गेट टिम्बर, बट we got his counterpart from Ajax, which is Lisandro
Yeah,
Martinez. So
yeah,
that is sort of a second choice, but I don't think anyone is complaining seeing Martinez for those 2 games. I think that's a perfect buy. I think Malacia was his first choice,
yeah,
so he got that, and Ericsson was his choice, not the club's choice. So I think he got that also. I think Antony was his first choice, so he got that also.
yeah.
I think Frankie De Jong is the one. I think जो हर यूनाइटेड फैंस को और एरिक्सन को भी शायद खटकेगा कि ये आ जाना चाहिए था. जो काइंड ऑफ सागा ये हुआ उस बेसिस पे कि 3 महीने चला और फिर भी हम उसको साइन नहीं कर पाए. but still we got Casemiro. So I don't think anyone is complaining majorly about the signings we have done. Yet, yes, the Glazers out movement and etc. would still be there, and it should happen. Glazers
Yeah,
out should happen,
yeah,
but for in overall window, if we look at it, I think we have had a decent window. I would not say it's an 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 window, but yeah, it's a pretty decent window, a good 7 out of 10, because effectively, if you look at that, after 1 or 2 game weeks, we can have Antony starting for us on the right wing,
mm,
Casemiro and Eriksen starting.
yeah,
We could also have Martinez starting, and we could have Malacia starting. So that's five starters into the 11 from last season. So we have
yeah,
actually replaced Pogba with Eriksen,
mm,
Matic with Casemiro, Shaw, Telles with Malacia,
mm,
Bai with Martinez, and possibly you can say Cavani with Antony, or uh, Elanga with Antony, whosoever. So it's just five starters in one window. I think it's a pretty decent window. And I think more than signings, it's about getting the players that will start for you at the moment.
profiles.
And I think, and we get five profiles who will start in 11, and that two different profiles. Like, we haven't got a hard hitting center back, so we got Martinez, who's a bit of tackler and strong and hard in those challenges. Similar Anthony, we have not got a right winger, left footed as well, so another dimension. A player like Ericsson, then a proper DM like Casemiro. So I think it's overall a good window. It's a decent window that I think we can be happy with.
Yeah, well, it's same for me. I think um, I have a subdued feeling about how many people we have signed. I felt there could have been a little more addition to the squad. Given the amount of people that have gone out, जितने लोग गए हैं उनके बराबर के भी replacement लाना, it's a big deal, but I think it's something we club like Manchester United can do. But like you said, एक overall satisfaction तो ये है कि जितने प्लेयर्स लाए हैं ईटीएच ने वो सारे स्टार्ट करेंगे. And similarly, you can already see the effect of Licha. We are already seeing him doing wonders. Those two games, if those are the signs of things to come, I think we could be little bit optimistic about our defense. Same with another signing that I feel would be a huge addition would be Casemiro. It is something we've been looking for ages. Right. And मैं तो यहाँ तक कह दिया था, in a community, in a group, that he is the perfect replacement for Roy Keane. He is the Brazilian Roy Keane. So I have huge hopes with him as well. Antony is something which is flary, which is explosive, which will bring the ooh, the ah in the stadium, and that's what we've been missing for a long time in OT as well. Getting people excited, getting fans excited. Um, but behind this all excitement, like you said, the Glazers out movement should continue, should be pushed. Both things can go hand in hand. A great team effort, a great season can also go in a hand in hand with putting pressure on the ownership. Uh, Coming to the last segment of this video, Nikhil, what do you think the outlook is for the season for you? And what do you think how things could pan out for us?
I think if we are being realistic, I mean,
Yeah,
I won't go on and say that now we should get the title. We got five players in,
yeah,
and this should not be our realistic aim. I think realistic aim is still pretty much top four, because अभी भी हम देखते हैं, मतलब our team is not that good in cohesion and in team plays, in style of playing. I mean, the way we performed versus Southampton. Okay, this Liverpool was a big high and the performance was very good, but against Southampton, we again felt flat
yeah,
and very low in terms of performance. Okay, we got 3 points, which ultimately matters, but the performance उतना अच्छा नहीं था परफॉर्मेंस, मतलब अब देखने की बात की जाए तो, मतलब आप और प्रीमियर लीग टीम्स के गेम्स देखिए, like for example, if you watch City, or if you watch even Arsenal nowadays, they play so much fast football. I mean,
yeah,
उनके फुटबॉल देख के आपको लगता है कि ये पूरा नेटवर्क बना रखा है, दिस इज जस्ट ए कोहेजन, ट्रेनिंग ग्राउंड पे बिल्ड कर रखे हैं, पार्टनरशिप बिल्ड हो रखी हैं प्लेयर्स के बीच में.
yeah,
So quickly they change and so fastly everything is happening, every action, defensive action or offensive action, so सब इतने फास्ट होते हैं। हमारा मैच देख के कभी कभी ऐसा लगता है कि एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग सो स्लो, एंड ना स्लो बर्नर टाइप, अपनी पेस पे सब चल रहा है,
Yeah,
कोई रन्स नहीं मार रहा है, कहीं पास करने के लिए अटैकर्स पे पास करने के लिए बॉल नहीं आ रही है डिफेंडर से,
yeah,
अटैकर्स रन्स नहीं बना रहे हैं, डिफेंडर्स सही से प्रोग्रेस नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो वो सब चीजें रहती हैं। आई थिंक रियलिस्टिक एम इज टू प्रोड्यूस गुड स्टाइलिस्टिक फुटबॉल। आई थिंक अच्छी फुटबॉल देखने को मिले, उसके बाद हम टॉप 4 में किसी तरह पहुंच जाए। चैंपियंस लीग फुटबॉल आई थिंक इज व्हाट एवरी फैन वुड वांट यूनाइटेड, बिकॉज दैट्स द कंपटीशन वेयर वी बिलोंग। एंड
yeah,
उसके बाद वी शुड probably target Europa. I don't think if you are in Europa you have to win it. That's the size of this football club.
yeah.
I think अगर ऐसे कंपटीशन में हम जा रहे हैं जो कि एक सेकंड टायर है, अब you have to win it. There's no second ways about it. And then obviously domestic cups में if we could nick one or two, I think 1 or 2 trophies in a top 4 finish, and I think that would be a pretty decent success for first season of Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah, absolutely. I think those are the standards for this football club, and I think no matter how bad things were in past in previous season, I always felt myself as well when PTH comes in, and even if he gets like he has already 5 players of his choice, and who are starters, he has ample ammunition and literally little bit of excuse to say that we can't win a trophy in this season. There's so many, there are 2 3 trophies to win here, and I think he should definitely target one, uh, at least one trophy this season. One of them, my biggest fear in this season would be the coming up World Cup and the cramped up season before that,
Yes.
and then again coming back to the winter window. I always felt that winter window would be critical for ETH. But then again, when we return from World Cup, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of injuries and fatigue. It will be tricky to get someone in winter window, but it will be critical to get someone in winter window, and that would probably decide if there's going to be a silverware in this whole campaign. How do you see us, panning out through this tight season, especially after World Cup?
I I think we have a decent squad size to say. I mean, हम पे backup players हैं. I mean, quality wise, you might not say the same quality is there, but we have the backup. I think last 2 3 seasons भी जो कोरोना पेंडेमिक की वजह से हुए हैं, I think वो भी काफी टाइट पैक्ड अप शेड्यूल में हुए थे। एक बात और हो सकती है कि आफ्टर द वर्ल्ड कप वी माइट सी लॉट ऑफ मूवमेंट्स ऑफ प्लेयर्स हियर एंड देयर इन द
Yeah,
ट्रांसफर मार्केट एक्सेट्रा, वो होगा। तो पॉसिबली आई मीन जो प्लेयर कहीं नहीं जा पाया, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल there's a there's a thought in my mind, like let's say for example certain person like Cristiano Ronaldo, like
yeah,
I think he can, if he's staying here now, which at the moment it's unsure, but if he stays here, let's say he stays until the World Cup, so that the preparation for World Cup doesn't get affected, stays until the World Cup here, gets match fits, play a few games, have some appearances, and then moves after the World Cup. He can say that I'm moving after the World Cup to a Champions League club. So that would be easy. He would have 6 months left on his contract. They can terminate the contract easily, and then he can move on. So he can look for Champions League through that mean. Maybe that's what I am thinking at the moment. That maybe in
yeah,
January he says, "Okay, I've given you 6 months. I've stayed here. Now I have to go and move to a Champions League club so that I can play the knockouts there." So I think ऐसे डील्स हो सकते हैं कि वहाँ पे अपॉर्चुनिटीज आए, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एंड हो रहे होंगे प्लेयर्स के। बहुत से प्लेयर्स आई थिंक मूव नहीं करें बिकॉज ऑफ द वर्ल्ड कप, दे कैन मूव आफ्टर द वर्ल्ड कप एज वेल। तो आई थिंक ये सब चीजें फैक्टर इन करनी पड़ेंगी हमें, लोन डील्स फैक्टर इन करनी पड़ेंगी कि किसकी
yeah,
लोन डील कैसी है। आई थिंक बहुत से प्लेयर्स इसलिए शायद लोन डील्स पे ना भेजे जाएं कि वर्ल्ड कप के बाद इंजरीज होंगी तो फिर खेलने के लिए चाहिए। लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल आई डोंट थिंक वी हैव सेंट जिडान इकबाल और गर्नाचो आउट ऑन लोन। सो ऐसे ऐसे प्लेयर्स को आई थिंक इसलिए रोका जा रहा है कि मे बी आफ्टर द वर्ल्ड कप देयर विल बी a few injuries, so they can help with that.
exactly. I think Ronaldo dilemma is a huge one for the club. I don't think it disturbs anything in the dressing room or it disturbs anything on the field. It's more of something that Ronaldo wants to do, and he's not something. It's not something that it has come from the club. So his own conviction would lead him into a different team, a different culture, and different outlook as well. I think by the time the winter window arrives, I think we should let him go and move into a complete different direction with this team. And with that, we'd like to conclude this video. We've had a good discussion on our prospect, that how are these transfers going to look on the paper. Like Nikhil has also discussed, how we are going to plan out our starting 11 with Leicester. And of course, I want to also add that we have started screenings regularly with collaboration with My Bar at Connaught Place. And we request every fan from Delhi who is associated with the group to join us for the upcoming screening. The next screening would be Arsenal, and Arsenal is one of those rival that we look forward to, just like Liverpool and City. We're expecting a huge turnout, and we expect you fans to come and join us in the party. And with that, we conclude our video. Thank you so much, Nikhil, for joining for this quick video.
Thank
And
you.
we'll keep bringing you these kind of short videos, quick videos, so that it's conducive for everyone to watch and join us in the discussion. Please follow us on YouTube and all our social media links that are in the description. And we'll see you next time. Thank you, guys. GGMU.
GGMU.